Hello, what's up guys? I'm Kyle from KGR and welcome to Show and Tell. For the few that are new, Show and Tell is a pickup series where I show off everything that I picked up that I haven't done a video on prior since the last Show and Tell I've made. I've gotten some new figures in, but the new ones I'm not going to be showing off are going to be the Rebel Tech Zerg as well as a Nendoroid SpongeBob because I've already done reviews on those, so check those out if you haven't seen those already. But in this past month, TooManyGames happened, so I got a lot of cool stuff to show you. But before I show all of that off, I want to showcase some of the gifts I've gotten, because some of my friends have got me gifts because I turned 30. And I don't like that number. So let's showcase some of the gifts we got. So the first two gifts I want to show off are from my buddy Andrew. Andrew was one of my regulars back when I used to work in one store, and now I'm working at a different location within the same company. But anyway, he was one of my regulars. We became friends. So shout out to Andrew. So the first thing I want to show off are the Sonic and Tails Sonic Racers. I think they're technically from All Stars Racing Transformed, but the marketing is like based on the newer Sonic merch, so you'd think it'd be based off like Team Sonic Racing, but no. I think they're just pullback cars. Yeah, according to this, they're just pullback racers. I haven't taken them out of the box, but the Tails figure in here looks so weird. I'm not sure how well the camera's gonna be able to pick that up, but his face is so uncanny. I don't know how to feel about it. And he also got me this Sonic Switch carrying case, but I think my favorite thing about it is that it also comes with a little kickstand. So I think I'm going to use the kickstand more than I'm going to use the case, because I don't really take my Switch out all that much. And whenever I do, it's typically in the, hold on, let me find it. It's typically in this Breath of the Wild carrying case I got from the collector's edition. But the design for the carrying case is so cute, so I might use this soon. Again, thank you, Andrew, for getting me those. But I have more gifts. This one's from my buddy Keith. This one wasn't related to my birthday. He just saw it and thought of me because he found it for stupid cheap. And it's this playset where I think it's based on Sonic Mania, where you have a little Sonic and you have like a little bit of a level laying out. But unfortunately, there's no Sonic in there because this is used. I think he got this at some thrift shop. It wasn't Goodwill, but I can't think of the place off the top of my head. But it's like pretty close to where I work. But anyway, he got me this, and I gotta try and find a way to display this, because this thing is cool. Even though I don't have this figure, I can probably get one easily, and I have figures that are like from the same company, so I can just throw it in there, so it's fine. But this is stinking cute though. I love this, so thank you, Keith. And the next set of gifts are gonna be from my buddy Luke. So shout out to Game Walkthroughs on YouTube. But he gave me these when we were hanging out at TooManyGames. First up is a Luigi cart from Toy Biz, so from the Mario Kart 64 of toys. Unfortunately, one of the exhausts are broken off. But if I'm going to be doing photo shoots, I can like work with certain angles with this. This is fine. Because I'm pretty confident the SH Figuarts Mario figures would look so good in these. So, and Luigi's so big that he would like cover off where the exhaust would be anyway, so like, it's fine. Angles, baby. The next one is a Toy Island Shadow the Hedgehog figure. I forget exactly which like line this is from, but this is like when they tried to come back with Sonic X, and it's supposed to be like them like in like space outfits. This never really happened in the show or anything, but it was just like an interesting toy line they tried to put out. And I used to go to KB Toys all the time when they came back. I've not once ever seen these figures in store. So the fact that he got me one is pretty cool. And it's also kind of weird how one arm is articulated, but the other elbow isn't. So I don't understand that. I don't know. Toy Island is an interesting company. They don't no longer exist. After they went under, Jazzwares took their toy molds and like remade some for a little bit. Which, speaking of Jazzwares, he also got me this less than 4 inch, I think it's 3.75 inch or something like that. It's one of the last Sonic figures that they put out, where they gave them like biceps levels and stuff. So the legs and arms are a little bit beefier than the other figures that they put out. But also like the angles are like super weak. You can just like flick them around, or you try to stand them up and they just don't stand a pose anymore. Like these are very weak figures. Towards the end of Jazzware's line, they just did not care about quality control. Like, these things turned into hot garbage. But the initial figures that came out within the first couple of years were solid. Anything before the Generations line, I feel like that's when like they were at peak. So thank you, Luke, for all of this. But to be honest, I want to thank anybody who gives me a gift anyway, because like, you guys don't have to do that. but the fact that you guys do is like absolutely amazing. So thank you so much. Next off, let's show off some of the games that we picked up. We didn't pick up much, but we picked up some games though. First up, I picked up Sonic Origins Plus because I felt like I was obligated to, because it's Sonic. And I got it on Switch because the Mega Collection I have on GameCube. So any of the classic Sonic games I like keep in the Nintendo line, and then anything modern I try to get for like PlayStation. But I feel like Xbox is like the perfect home for Sonic right now. So if you have an Xbox One or Xbox Series S or X, like, get Sonic games on that thing, because like it's like the perfect Sonic machine. But anyway, I was happy to get this. I love getting a little art book. I like getting the game physically. But the thing that disappoints me the most is the fact that the biggest gimmick of the Plus in this is having Amy as a playable character, as well as having all these Game Gear games, which Nito Burrito, but they're all DLC, which normally is fine, but typically with a physical release like this, they try to put that on the disc or on the cartridge itself. But they did that with Sonic Mania, but not this. So this is like heavily disappointing. Actually, I'm pretty sure they did that for Mania. Let me see. Yeah, they did that for Sonic Mania, because I have Plus right here, and then, like, even the cartridge says Plus. And there's no like DLC code in here. It's just an advertisement for the Sega Shop and Sonic Forces. So this could have been great, but man, is this a disappointment. I tend to notice whenever Sega tries to remake something or remaster or whatever, it always turns into a dud somehow. Like, look at Sonic Colors Ultimate. Like, what happened, man? So everybody's saying, man, we should get a remaster or a remake of Sonic Unleashed, and now I'm terrified of it. But anyway, let's show off the next game we've been playing recently, and that is Crash Team Rumble. I played this for like a couple of days, and then TooManyGames happened, and then the Sonic Frontiers DLC came out, so I was grinding on that to get the Spin Dash unlocked. So I didn't play this too much, but from what I did play, I absolutely loved it. Like, it is so fun and addicting to play this game. But yeah, I've been having a blast with this game so far. I was hoping that they would release just a standard version for 30 bucks physically, where it's like half blue than half orange. But no, you can only get this version physically, and I personally don't like it. I kind of wish I had the red and blue motif, but whatever. Plus, I didn't want to pay for a battle pass, but whatever, fine. So I've gotten a lot of figures in this past month, and for those who know me personally, I'm more of a figure collector than a game collector, which is ironic because the channel name is Kyle's Game Room, which I've thought about renaming the channel to Kyle's Toy Box, calling myself KTB. Everyone knows me as KGR. I feel like that rolls off the tongue a little bit better, but there's a YouTube channel called LGR, and I didn't find out about that until like years after I made KGR. So, do I rename the channel or no? Because I'm more of a toy guy than a game guy anymore. But actually, yeah, do sound off in the comments, because if that sounds better, then yeah, we'll probably do that. But anyway, let's show off some of the new figures that we've gotten recently. And first of all, we're going to show off this Sora Pop that we've gotten. Typically, I don't collect Pops. I'm not a huge fan of them, but I love the game cover ones, because I have the Crash Bandicoot one, and then I got the Sonic 2 one, and now we have Kingdom Hearts. With these, you can actually take this out of the box and hang them up on the wall and make them look really nice. I haven't done that. All of the ones I have are like GameStop exclusive, which is funny because I feel like I only go to GameStop for like exclusive toys. That's it. I don't buy games anymore. I don't get anything really there. So they want me to renew my subscription. I'm like, no! I don't need to. I don't buy enough here. And I've been trying to figure out where I could put this up there. And I put it in a temporary spot forever, and then it just stayed there, and it doesn't match. And like, I gotta figure it out because I'm running out of space. I have to move again. Who knows? Maybe I will take these out of the box and actually hang them up. I'd hate to. We can do it. The next figure I want to show off is something that I've been like contemplating on getting for probably the past month, or like building up to Tears of the Kingdom, and that is a figure not related to Tears of the Kingdom, and that is the Figma Link from A Link Between Worlds. I love the design of this figure so much because it just screams retro. It's like the closest thing to like NES and Super Nintendo Link we're ever gonna get, and anything from the 80s, and it matches that art style very well, and I just love the look of this figure. So this may end up becoming one of my favorite Link figures I have in my collection just because of its look. But after playing with it for a little bit, I really see how Figma ages, because this came out a number of years ago. And at the time it was a great figure, but like compared to what we have now with like SH Figuarts or Amazing Yamaguchi or anybody else, like the Figma standard has gone up so much that with Figma it kind of feels like left behind. But like 10 years ago it was probably like some of the best figures you can get, and now it's like kind of archaic, and now it's like the bare minimum. But they're coming out with a new Link for Tears of the Kingdom for Figma, and I'm very, very excited for that. So I'm gonna pick that up. I'll do a review on it, and I plan on doing a review for this guy as well. But as of this recording, as of right now, I actually plan on doing a photo shoot with it. The next figure I want to show off is another figure I plan on doing a review for, and this is a figure I've wanted for years that's never been a thing, and now we're finally getting it. And that is the SH Figuarts Naruto. For some reason, the shipment from TooManyGames was like super late, so like I finally got it. And the Sasuke is coming up pretty soon too, so I kind of want to wait until Sasuke comes to do a review for this, so I can review them both at once. It's just a matter of like how things fall in line, I guess. If it happens, then cool. If it doesn't, I'll do a video on this by itself. I played with him for a little bit. I've done a photo shoot on Instagram, so if you like toy photos, make sure you follow me on Instagram. But I'm very happy with how this came out. It's a little taller than I expected, but I don't know Naruto scale all that much, so whatever. And I do have the Ultimate Legends regular Naruto as well to compare it with this in the review. So stay tuned for that, because that's going to be a very fun review. So also within this past month has been crazy, by the way, with so many releases happening. Here, SpiderVerse came out. Across the Spider-Verse. And of course, when we saw it in theaters, we got this special little tin. I like this thing. I wasn't expecting on getting this. In fact, I wasn't even expecting to see the movie. The movie released, and then my girlfriend in the morning is like, hey, we have the day off today. You want to see Spider-Man? I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let's see Spider-Man. And the movie was great. I can't wait for it to come out on Blu-ray. I can't wait for the next entry to come out whenever it does, because of this whole story writer strike, and plus just how long it takes to develop this movie. The chase scene alone took like 4 years to animate, apparently. I really hope they can make that March deadline. And of course, seeing the movie, I'm like, you know what? There's SH Figuarts of these figures, so let me get those. So my girlfriend bought me, as a gift for my birthday, the SH Figuarts for those figures. So we got Gwen Stacy right here, probably my favorite one out of the two, because I love how elegant she looks and I love how well she poses and stuff like that. And she's overall just fun to play with. And then comes Miles. And as you can tell, this leg isn't doing so hot either. So I'm not sure if it popped up in your community tab or not, or in your feed, but after 2 days of playing with this thing, this leg snapped on me, and this one looks like it's ready to snap as well. You see, this figure is very, very scrawny. I hear the same thing could happen to this. I haven't had that issue yet, thankfully, but I've seen at least 3 other instances beside me of this figure snapping on people. It's just built horribly. It's built absolutely horribly. So whenever I see people doing photo shoots with this thing, I'm like, oh god, please don't break. But thankfully, one of my viewers or one of my followers on Instagram, I don't know, somebody suggested a toy repairman for me, and it turns out he's done a number of these already. So he's gonna fix this for me. And I already have another figure that's been broken for years, and that is the D-Arts Mega Man, because his legs are built the exact same way. So, oh, there it is! Yeah! Both legs snapped! You see how that leg was just dangling there? I was on Discord with my friend Super Shaddix Boom. Shout out to Super Shaddix Boom. And I'm showing this figure off because my Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, that leg got super loose. But I figured out what was the problem to that, and I ended up fixing that myself. But this figure, I show him how it's so scary to pose this and how much of a pain it is, because compared to other Spider-Man figures I have, you gotta really manipulate this guy. You gotta like really pose him in weird poses to like make it just work. And it shows how over-engineered these figures can be for SH Figuarts. So, as I'm showing him that, then the one leg gets loose. Pretty much how you saw earlier before this leg snapped. And then, it just fell off. While I was on Discord with him, like with the video on. Pretty much, kind of how it did right here on camera. And what blows my mind is that they can get away with charging anywhere between $60 to $90 for this. Because if you import from Japan, it's about like 60 bucks. But if you get it like from like Big Bad Toy Store, anybody that's in America, you're going to be spending $90 on this. The fact that you're going to spend $90 on it and it breaks that quickly, Tamashii Nations, what are you doing? Because his sculpt is solid. It really matches Miles. But God, these are built like garbage. Yep. There goes that, Gwen. Please don't break. At least, like, her bottom half is, like, much thicker than Miles, so, like, hopefully she stands a chance. But now, let's get into TooManyGames, because a lot happened. Because I got a small story. I'm gonna rant for a little bit. First up, not only did I go to TooManyGames, I went there as a guest. Not a typical badge where you pay for like the weekend or a certain day. No, this is like special guests. And the only reason I was able to go as a guest like this is because my buddy VuxVux on YouTube has like 9 million subs. Here, he got invited to go to TooManyGames. And he was talking about how he would want to do a panel. And he ended up doing a panel. But he didn't want to do it alone, he wanted me to join him. So he was able to get me this pass. And it's absolutely wild because the amount of special treatment you got at TooManyGames as a guest is mind-blowing. Whether it be the fact that you got access to the sales floor early versus anybody else just waiting in the arcade, or you get to go through a special entrance, or you have this thing called a green room. I never knew what a green room was because of that, so it's kind of like your own little like get away from everything safe room. And I got to meet people behind the scenes like Charles Martinet. I got to sit across from him while we were both eating. I got to meet Sam Procrastinates. I met him on the sales floor first, and then I met him in the back room, and it was a much more chill vibe there. I've met Angry Video Game Nerd, and I also met his drummer for his band. I think the band's called like Rex Viper, I think? Rex Viper? Yeah, I never really followed Rex Viper that much, but I feel like me and the drummer like vibed like really well. He was a cool guy. I've met Re-Rez, he seemed pretty cool. And there are some other YouTubers that were in there as well that I couldn't identify. But I've met some really cool people. And like the fact that I was able to like be back there, like I was somebody, was so wild. Like after I got to sit down and talk to Charles Martinet, then I left the room, like I was screaming. Like no lie, like it felt weird not having my buddies, Brick Boy and Denova, because when we go to TooManyGames together, like it's such a fun time. Like they're like some of my closest friends when it comes to YouTube. So they didn't go this year, and it felt empty without them. But the opportunities I was able to have to meet these awesome people, like it's absolutely insane. And the panel, that was fun. And I kind of want to see if we can do another panel next year. But man, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. So again, thank you VuxVux so much for allowing me to join you on stage, as well as having me as like pretty much your sidekick, your Robin to TooManyGames, and allow me to have this badge, because this badge has a lot more power than I initially expected, and it was absolutely insane. Anybody else who's gone to conventions as guests before, like I'm pretty sure it's just the basics for them. It's just the bare minimum, I guess. But like, as someone who's been a guest for the first time, it's wow. Absolutely wow. But now that I'm done venting about TooManyGames, let me show you some of the things I got from there. Spoiler alert, I didn't get myself much there. The few things I want to show off first are actually not things I've gotten for myself. These are not for me. So Michaela and I like to get Hallmark ornaments, okay? So I found these. They were like 2 for 25 bucks, but I guess a guy did math wrong and did them 2 for $20. So great, because I picked one out that I'm like, you know what, I'll get another one. He's like, hey, just give me a couple of dollars. Here you go, have fun. And the first one we got was this Eevee, because I believe it was last year they did like a very tiny Eevee and we were kind of disappointed by that. So this is a full-sized Eevee, so like this is gonna look really good on the tree. And the next one we got is KK Slider, but this one actually sings. Put in batteries, put a little press a button, and then it makes him sing a song. I'd show it off to you, but I'm pretty confident Nintendo would just claim that because they like claiming things. But the next one here, we got this from Michaela a long time ago. It's the Figma Rengoku for Demon Slayer. She's trying to go for the full Figma line for Demon Slayer. It is a nightmare because we don't even have Tanjiro or Nezuko yet. But we have everybody else, but not the main two. And at TooManyGames, there's a lot of people that you can get autographs from, including voice actors. So we managed to get this autographed to Michaela, Set Your Heart Ablaze, Go Beyond Your Limits, and I forget the guy's name. But he seemed like a genuinely sweet guy. This is the first time I actually went to get like autographs done at conventions, and I'm not sure if anybody else went, but here's my first experience. This is my first time going, so I go up and there's a person there that handles the money. So they ask you exactly what you want. Do you want to get this pictures, like what do you want to get signed, do you want to get a picture? They handle all the money, and then the celebrity does all the stuff. And I feel it's best that they do that, because then it kind of like doesn't like ruin the vibe for anything. They're like, hey, imagine the celebrity, hey man, you want a picture? $20. Alright, hey, how you doing, man? Okay, get out of here. No, we can't have that. So I understand why they have like a cashier, I guess. That's the best way I could put it. They have someone that manages all of that. But the guy who was there for this guy seemed like he did not want to be there. He seemed so, like, over it, so rude. He was not friendly at all. So, I get the things done. I get this signed. But the actor himself seems so sweet. It was so awesome. Like, so cool. So, anyway, that's done. And this wasn't the only autograph I got. Here, I also got an autograph for Metal Gear Solid for PS1, but that wasn't for me, though. That was for my buddy Ray. And here, when I was in the green room, when I was hanging out with Charles Martinet, another guy comes in, and I'm being friendly. I say hi to everybody that comes in, ask them how they're doing. And then, when I go to his line later to meet, what's his name? I can't think of his name, but it's the guy who voices Solid Snake. So anyway, so I meet him. I go in line to do this autograph for my friend, and here his money guy was there, and he's like, who are you? Why were you in the green room? And I'm like, oh, I'm just here with a YouTuber, nothing special. But like me and my one friend Luke, Game Walkthroughs, the one who gave me some of the toys, yeah, he was there with me too. Like, it was intimidating. He intimidated both of us. So we answer the questions. He's like, oh, what all do you want? And then I go to pay for the thing, to pay for his autograph, and he's like, dude, don't worry about it. Just get it done. I'm like, what? But he seemed really cool about it. So like, again, I don't know who that guy was, but thank you so much for that. So I got the thing done. It was pretty cool. But the autograph that I wanted, as well as this, I had to pay for. I'm not that special. So the autograph that I wanted was Roger Craig Smith. So I had him sign my art book for Sonic Generations. And the voice actor for Silver was there as well. And I kind of wanted to get his autograph as well, but I didn't have the money for that. Because the money I had set aside was to try to look for that one Link figure at TooManyGames. I didn't find it there, so I just ordered it myself anyway. And to be honest, even though I didn't really get much, the experience of meeting so many people was like, that was worth it alone. So Roger and I got a picture together and got this signed. I'm like, cool, neato. And the difference between doing a meet and greet versus actually being in the green room with these people is such a night and day difference. It's definitely a different vibe. So, to be honest, I'm not sure if I want to do any more meet and greets. Like, if I meet other Sonic voice actors, I would love to have them sign this just because of the fact that, oh, look, Sonic Generations art book. Here you go. Please sign it for me. I feel like if you're gonna do a meet and greet, like, I feel like the best thing to do is to leave them something that's gonna leave off an everlasting impression. With that said, please don't be cringe. But like certain gifts and stuff like that, those are always really awesome. Because I know, I think it's Troy Baker, my buddies Jade and Ian, I think they were like doing a podcast or something one time, or doing some video, and they referenced them by name because they've met them a couple of times, and like they left that everlasting impression. So if I ever do a meet and greet, I wanted it to be like big and spontaneous, not just, hey, let me get your autograph. So the next meet and greet I'm going to do, I'm going to plan it out. And then I also met Sam Procrastinates, which I've already mentioned. But here, he had a panel alongside with Chow Mix. So in their panel, they did a giant trivia thing for Sonic. And I answered one of the things correctly, so I got this little plush. And I had them sign the plush because, quite frankly, I don't really care about the plush all that much. But they also had a bunch of these little prints for their panel, and this is sick. They signed it. I wouldn't have cared if they signed it or not. I tried to actually try to talk to Sam Procrastinates behind the scenes. I wanted to, at least, like after the panel, but things got way busy. We didn't meet up. But it would be cool to have Sam Procrastinates on stream sometime, or I can like have him alongside us with like the Wax from Sonic Paradox, and have him on there as well. Like just having like a giant Sonic cesspool, I guess. It would have been so cool to get that done, but like, he's a busy man. And I'm sure the Wax is busy. And I'm also busy. So unfortunately that didn't happen. Because I was also going to try to talk to Bad Nick Mechanic. And things just don't work out. Because living in different countries and also being two separate adults, like it just didn't work out. But we tried. And I'll give myself credit for that. And I have one more thing to show off before we head off for the video. So last time I'd shown off a Mario movie poster, because I collect movie posters. And we got another poster. Unfortunately, it's not Across the Spider-Verse. I plan on getting that, hopefully, because I want to try to get a movie poster of every movie that me and Michaela see, just as a nice memento, you know? Like a nice little souvenir, some would say. But let me show you the last poster I just got. So, now we have another Mario movie poster. This one is the teaser poster. So, before any ratings got put out, like when the movie was just announced, essentially, or when the trailer first dropped, or even before then, honestly, it was pretty much close to that time. So when the hype train was just building up, this was released in theaters. So there's no branding of the movie anywhere. It's just, hey, Nintendo Illumination on a couple of spots on here. And even down here, it even says that the movie's not even rated yet. So I remember like people used to like deeply analyze this picture in particular. So now I can have this thing like full resolution and like authentic. So I can really zoom in and really see like everything. And it's so cool to have these kind of posters. So the last Mario poster I got, that was bought from my buddy Bryce. Again, the Brick Boy. Again, one of my closest YouTube friends. This one was gotten from my buddy Johnny. So John, he works at a theater. He's gotten me a good number of these posters already. He's gotten me this, Buzz Lightyear, one of the Sonic 2 posters, Titanic. I forget. He's gotten me a lot of stuff. It's because of the job that I have right now is what gives me these amazing opportunities to get stuff like this and meet the amazing people that I've gotten. Like, the people who got me these gifts, it's all because of where I work. And I think that's the biggest reason like why I don't want to do YouTube full time. And let's pretend I get big enough to do YouTube full time. I think I want to still work at my store part time, just so I can still talk to these people and also meet new people, because I love making new friends. But yeah, this poster is absolutely wild, and I have even more posters that I still gotta frame up. I still haven't come up with the funds to pay for the rest of the poster frames I need, but one day, hopefully, I really hope so, because the collection just doesn't freaking end. But that's it for the video. So if you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. In the description is going to be all my social media, so if you want to see like the action figures I get, you can see them on Instagram, and I do like nice little photo shoots for them. Or if you want to talk to me like privately in any of my social medias, all my DMs are open. I'm down for whatever. But again, thank you guys so much for hanging out. You guys are awesome. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. So, peace.